Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google L. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, they're free, or click down here in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, looking for a new broker? Check out venomtrading.com/promo/StockBookie. Alright, let's get into Facebook, daily chart. 24 million on the day, 0.92% in the red, $1.40 down on the day. So we came right back into this inside bar, 20 MA. This is where it's stalling out, and plus the 150 area is going to be pretty good resistance. I know we had pretty much of a beat down on this name of Facebook. We calmed down at about 140. We got the little bit buy the dip mentality, but the markets were slightly weak in the last today and yesterday. A little bit better yesterday, but nothing, what do you expect when you're getting murdered in the markets for the last couple of weeks? You got to get that kind of, 200-300 up day. So this one went up. We're still stalling out. We're still in the lower end. We didn't recapture the 20 MA, so it's still below the 3A. Still a little bit weak. Will it catch a bid? Yes, if the markets continue to go up, the SPY, the IWM. The SPY, IWM, everything starts to go down, then we'll most likely fill this gap and then go right back to double bottom, then possibly lower. The first step of the bull process would be to getting above the 20 MA, and then this red bar here. So the high on that one is 154.65. We get above 155, let's just call it, and then I think we got to make a run for this high pivot with the 50 MA. We start getting above that, then we'll be looking for higher prices on Facebook. Right now, just consolidating down here in the lower range. Got a nice pop at the markets and earnings, supposedly. Let's see where this one ends up, or does it stall out right here with the rest of the market. Weekly. Weekly, we did not touch the 200 MA. I still think that's one target right there around 133, and if the whole markets fall apart, I think we could be down here at 115 in no time. Again, a little bit oversold condition, trying to hold this 148.80 area, 150 area. It's trying, guys. I mean, it did a pretty good job today on the weekly close as well, so let's see what it does. We got a little bit of a doji too on some pretty nice volume. Could that mean a reversal? We have the 50 and the 20 MA curling in the price, and it's below it, but it's still holding the 200. We get below the 200, then we're down. We're on to the downside. So right now we're holding support. Let's see where this gives us next week. Volume not too bad today, but the weekly volume wasn't bad at all with the push up. I mean, it's oversold, guys. 220 to 140. I mean, people are, oh my gosh, if this goes lower, this is really going to shake some people out of this thing. So watch out for Facebook right now. Apple had earnings down today, trying to hold the 20 MA on the weekly, but let's go to the daily real quick. Daily chart, $14.74 down, a little bit down after hours on 98 million or 91 million on the day, or 6.63% down. So it really wasn't a beat down. I mean, it's Apple, guys. It went up a lot. 6-7% is not a big deal. 206.07 is the key area on this one. Right now, it's where do we close? We're like right on top of it. So as long as it's holding that, it'll be all right. If it starts to crack, look at the 200 gap window, then I still think we're going to 190, the gap fill. And on the daily, you have the 200 MA. So really good support down in here if the markets are going up or going to bounce. If the markets continue to go lower, then if this is going lower, this will go to the next pivot here, which is another gap fill right around the 182 and the 189 there. We already said that, but no, this is the other gap fill we were talking about right here. So 169, 170. And you got one here too as well, but this is your big area, the 180 support with the gap fill. Next area will be down here, and then you have this little pivot, and you have this gap fill down here too, around 156. So again, far away from there. If we start slipping, then we'll start looking at those other areas. The bulls, you just got to stay in above this 206.07 area. If it starts to move up, then you're going to look at, you got to get first over the high of 213, 214. Got to come up this way, get the gap window, and then fill the gap up here at 2249 or so, right up in there. So if you could get there, this thing should continue up because you'll be back above the MAs and starting to make a move again. If it stays below the MAs in this lower range and consolidates, if we retrace up a little bit into this area, that could be another shorting opportunity for Apple. So keep an eye on this one, guys. Markets become weak, this will go lower. Markets stay green or just stay flat, this could possibly make a move to the upside. So watch for that one. A little bit of a Reality check today. I mean, it was only down 15, but people were like, ooh, wow, that's not good. So here's the weekly chart. 206.07 is your area. You have a pretty long red bar here, though, and when it closes at the low and below the 20 MA, that could either retrace short term and then come back in, or it just clicks over and straight back down. 188, 180 area. That's the area I'm thinking this goes to. If it really starts falling apart, then you have some lower pivots down in here. You know, and even 139, I still think weekly chart 200 MAs will be target eventually. It hasn't touched this thing in a long time. Time to come home to mama. Excuse me, guys. so Apple, guys, just keep an eye on this one. The volume was okay. It was 91 million. I mean, it was pretty good, guys. We've had days like this in the past. So just watch for that. Watch for more volume. More volume means more selling. Lighter volume, this thing could possibly flow. I mean, this is in a bounce area right now. If this cracks, goes to 200, then we'll be looking somewhere down in here, 195 or so. Maybe for a short-term bounce. We had a pretty good day trade on this one today. And on to the next one. Amazon, another big name, guys. 6.9 million on the day. What was it? Wow, we flat. Didn't do anything. $1.47 up after hours. Held to 50 MA. This is the weekly, so let's go to the daily real quick. Daily, we held it down here. We filled the gap. We hit the 1500 even number. That was a great area. I would have loved to have seen a little bit lower. Next area for me will be around 1350 if this comes in. We still did not recapture the 200, so it's a little bit on the weak side. It's still down, still sideways. Nice retrace, just like here. Could that lead to lower prices? Possibly. Got to recapture the 20 moving, or the 200, the 20, the 50. We get above the 50. Man, this thing could possibly go back to the highs. Technical damage has been done, guys, on a lot of this chart, on a lot of these charts. Inside bars comes in, shallow retraces, comes right back down. Will it? Maybe. We still got some gaps to fill on the way down, and we have gaps to fill on the way up. But right now, weak stance being below the MAs. Got to see more. I mean, just a 3-day up and a stall out, it's not really telling us too much other than a nice retrace. No follow through on this bar here, so it's telling me there is some resistance up in this area. Let's see if it's going to hold in the next, going into the next week. Yeah, this was a monster. This one, look at this. I mean, this one 1550 right up to here. Boom, we're back to 1500 down here. Got the bounce. I think it's going to lead to more selling, and we're going to be end up here, and maybe even lower, guys. 1250. I like this little pivot down here too. So watch out for this name, especially if you're trying to go long. I mean, there's going to be a time. We held the 50 on the weekly chart now. I mean, that was the next area. Boom. Next one will be 1355, and then this pivot here at 1269. We'd have a big gap here at 1230 as well, and we'll go from there. If we crack this area at 355, then we'll have to look further down. Weekly 200 MA. I've been saying this for targets for a while. This thing's at 922, and if it keeps moving up, it'll probably be about at the 1000. So watch out for Amazon, guys. Holding the 50, doing okay, nothing wrong. This could retrace, so watch for the retrace. If it does, then we'll look for some more shorting opportunities. If it falls down from here, then we'll be looking for bounce areas. And you got to line them up with the SPY. Just like the bounce we just got in the SPY, everything bounce. That's the kind of trade you kind of want to get. SPY, I was looking a little bit lower just in case. Never made it there, and of course we got the three-day bounce. We could have took one position though. We could have took like a short-term Q's call, or the SPY calls. Dang, we should have done something, but always after the fact, it's real easy to see the trade. Netflix, guys, holding this 293.52 area, and then the 272.18 area with the low pivot here. We got the bounce. Did not recover. This is the weekly though. The 50 MA still below the 20. Let's go to the daily first. So daily chart, $8.28 down. 13 million shares traded, and it was at 2.61% down on a day. So typical short-term retrace. Right, this one didn't really go into anything other than this, maybe this little pivot right here. And then you got the gap fill over here. It's already been filled, but it's a little bit of resistance and natural resistance at the 320 number. But man, hit the 320 number and lights out. That would have been a great. Let's see on a day trade here. Yeah, pretty much the same thing like the others. Gapped up, hit that area, came in, bearish pattern, boom, a little bit of retrace, boom, and then right back down. Jeez, that's a $10 trade, guys. That's not bad. So Netflix still below the MA, still weak off of earnings, came down. Now it's retracing. Distribution was happening here by the big money. Now they're bringing it up, and the next wave of distribution should come in on these names. We're going into the Thanksgiving and the Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year stuff coming up. Gotta watch for that. We usually float. I don't know if we'll do it this year, but that's something to keep an eye on. Weekly chart of Netflix, holding the 50 MA, holding these key areas down here. Did not recapture it though, so that's something to watch for this week. Let's see if it holds up here or possibly starts to roll over. So again, if SPY, IWM, all the big indexes roll over, then it won't matter what the names are, other than earnings. If they already passed earnings and everything's selling, these will go down too. But we'll keep an eye on this one. A little bit more on the weekly. Got to see. Nice little down move, retrace, down move. Does it come up one more time? A little shallow into this. Let's see if it comes into this area here. It comes right up into the 359. 365 maybe. This thing curls down. That's at 356. So watch for the retrace, and then boom. Maybe we stay in this. We're kind of in a channel. Not the best, not the worst, but that's where it's kind of holding. Do we do the same thing? So watch out for that one in Netflix. Nothing for me to do right now. A little bit oversold back here. Got the little bit of a bounce with the markets, but still in the weak position. We'll see what we get on this one next week. Let's go into Google. Google down 14 bucks. Was it 2.1 million on the day? Daily chart, same thing, down sideways, gets the retrace, stays under the 20, still in a weak position. Here's the 5-0 retrace right on top of it. Didn't make it today, but it made it there the other day. This is a retrace from this low to that high. I'm holding the 618, 750, and just kind of doing nothing, guys, just like the rest of them. Chop, 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 chop. 20 MA holding price down. Let's see if that sticks out until Monday, and let's see if we could get something else going, because this one here is like, man, still a little bit weak, below the MAs. Let's go to the weekly chart, just want to see. Yeah, still below the 20 and the 50 MA here. I mean, it's holding these low pivots, so it's not terrible. Man, this thing starts going sideways and a little bit up. Next leg down, 853, I think this can get to easily. Easily. That's if the markets fall apart. Markets stay buoyant, light volume, stay green. This will grind higher. So that's what we're watching for too. But guys, if you're in these markets trying to trade up or down, intraday action, just go lighter share size. No more than 10% of your total portfolio in any position. If you have 100 grand, no more than 10 grand. If you're in these option plays that we trade at StockBookie.com, then you have to go no more than 3% of your total position. $100,000 account, no more than 3 grand. Start with a grand. If you got to add another grand. If you got to add another grand. Stick with it, and see how it happens to that trade. That's pretty much what you have to do. So if you want to go 1500 and 1500, you do that twice. If you know it's going to be a tough trade, then you go 500 500, or a couple contracts, or maybe even one contract like we did on Amazon Google when we had earnings. Boy, did we get paid on those. So all right, guys, again, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the video. If you like what you see, become a member. It's 30 bucks a month. It's not that much, guys. We've been killing it the last couple of days. Look at my video. I just posted it with 3 intraday winners this week, and we had probably 4 more that were just great trades. Got in, got out, and been done with the trade and on to the next one. So watch for those videos. Watch for our live streams, and just have a good time trading, guys. And we're all out here together in this crazy game trying to make money. So make it a little easier on yourself, and at least put your odds in your favor when you're taking a trade. So all right, guys, thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.